Have you ever heard of the Dyatlov Pass incident? It's one of the most chilling and bizarre unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Picture this: February 1959 in the remote Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union. A group of 9 experienced hikers, all students from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, set out on a challenging expedition. They were led by a 23-year-old named Igor Dyatlov. These weren't amateurs, they were skilled, well-equipped, and knew the wilderness. Their goal was to reach a mountain named Otorten, a journey that should have been tough but manageable. They never made it. When the group failed to send a prearranged telegram signaling their safe return, a search party was sent out. What they found was so strange, so horrifying, that it has baffled investigators and researchers for over 60 years. On the icy slopes of a mountain ominously named Kholat Syakhl, or Dead Mountain in the local Mansi language, the search party discovered the group's abandoned tent. And here's where things get really weird. The tent had been sliced open from the inside. It was as if something inside had made them so terrified that they couldn't even take a few seconds to untie the entrance. They had to cut their way out and flee they did. Footprints in the snow showed that the hikers, some of them barefoot or wearing only socks, ran from the tent down the slope towards a nearby forest, nearly a mile away. In the middle of a Siberian winter, with temperatures dropping to -30 degrees Celsius, they left behind their warm clothing, their shoes, and all their supplies. Why? What could possibly scare 9 seasoned hikers into such a desperate, suicidal panic? The first 2 bodies were found at the edge of the forest under a large pine tree, next to the remnants of a small fire. They were dressed only in their underwear. 3 more bodies, including Dyatlov's, were later found between the tree and the tent, seemingly frozen in positions as if they were trying to crawl back to the safety of their camp. They had all died of hypothermia. At first, it seemed like a tragic but perhaps explainable accident. Maybe an avalanche scared them. But the investigation found no evidence of an avalanche. The real mystery, however, was unveiled 3 months later, when the remaining 4 hikers were discovered. They were found in a ravine, buried under more than 10 feet of snow not far from the pine tree. And their injuries were horrific. One woman, Lyudmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips. Another, Semyon Zolotaryov, had crushed ribs and was also missing his eyes. Nikolai Thibault Brignol had suffered a severe skull fracture. The doctor who performed the autopsy stated that the force required to cause these injuries was equivalent to being hit by a car. He was adamant that no human could have inflicted such damage. And yet, bizarrely, there were no external wounds, no soft tissue damage corresponding to the massive internal trauma. It was as if they had been crushed by an immense invisible force. To make things even stranger, some of their clothing was found to be radioactive, not dangerous